dinner in the that was like 24 inches in New York City. It was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know what that is in centimeters. It was like 2 feet though. Hey everyone,
I
how's it
imagine
going?
like
Hi guys, this is the real Randy Chavez coming at you today with Chavez podcast number 294 with NFT Cursed Images cast and crew, talking about VeVe, horror, red carpets, and everyone say hello to Dash. Hey Dash. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Hey Randy, how are you?
Doing very well, thanks.
Good stuff. So before we were on air, we were talking a little bit about just the actual NFT. So there's supposedly multiple NFTs in this one. We have this one on VeVe that currently you can't stack, like you can't buy multiple of them. We are only allowed the one for now. Maybe that changes in the future. Can you guys tell me who reached out to who? Did VeVe reach out to y'all? Did y'all reach out to VeVe? How did that partnership form?
Yeah, I can tell the summarized version of that. I reached out to VeVe, right? I was my story with VeVe is like I was early adopter of VeVe, but so I joined in 2021, right? I think that was probably like year 2 of VeVe after they started in 2020. I joined because a good friend of mine called James, which is, by the way, the name of David's character in the film. James was a very active community member in VeVe. He joined really early, so he got a lot of the grails. He was part of that first like OG VeVe community, the OG VeVe fam. You know, like he kind of convinced me into joining. And he was kind of like my NFT mentor, you know. So once he showed me VeVe, he's like, look, these guys have all the IPs. Back then, they didn't even have Marvel yet. It was all about the Batmans, you know, Todds and the DeLoreans. I think the first drop that I did was like the DeLorean. But as soon as I joined, I didn't go like deep dive like a lot of people were in VeVe, like yourself, Randy, for instance. You know, I was more like just dipping my toes in, but I really liked the platform. I saw like there was a really good community over there. Just listening to David, and then, you know, you see those guys are like real collectors, you know. And for me, I think what the difference with VeVe is like VeVe actually showed their faces. You kind of knew who the team was. And as you might know, like it's so important to kind of know who's running these, not just NFT projects, but like digital collectible projects and all these platforms. Is good when you know who the management team is. But yeah, to answer your question, then I always knew when I was doing this movie, like I would want to reach out to VeVe and see if they were down for a partnership. And luckily enough, like once I reached out to them and I sent them the movie, David watched the movie, and I didn't realize he was such a horror fan, you know. And yeah, we just clicked, and then the VeVe team was really helpful. They were really down to helping me run like this like collection with them and promoting the movie as well, which was really cool because I think the VeVe, even though they have like these big brands like Marvel, Universal on their app, they also have like very independent artists and brands like myself and my team, you know. And yeah, it's great to be working with them on this. It's really exciting how the partnership started. The response from the community is really good, and yeah, that's how it all started. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing like what else we can do with VeVe. I don't think we can hear you. I think you're mute.
Sorry about that. David, did you get into any NFTs and crypto before this, or was it only afterwards that you kind of went into this world?
Yeah, I'm a very late adopter. So you'll see in the film my character gets explained to them a lot what an NFT even is. Yeah, that was very true of me in real life, you know, so no acting required there.
Nice. And Amelia, out of all of these, we have the cursed image, we have one of them. Amelia, can you answer how many of these images there are? I know there's 666. Are they all the same one, or are they all separate NFTs?
All different. All different. like any kind of NFT, all different.
Okay, sweet. And you have do we see all of them in the film?
No, but you do see quite a few.
Okay. And out of these, so without giving any spoilers, like I don't know if anyone's ever seen Freddy vs. Jason. Like at the end of the movie, I'll spoil that movie because that's been out for like 20 years, right? At the end of that movie, you think Jason and Freddy are kind of like they're dead, they're both in the lake, they're drowned, but then Jason comes out with Freddy's head, but then Freddy winks as if like, oh, okay, they're both still alive, and it leaves it open ended for like another sequel, which doesn't happen. But are these characters like, does it leave open for a sequel if this does really well?
I'll try to answer that without spoiling the movie. But yeah, I think like the way we build NFT, yeah, there's like a potential for more films. And like Amelie was saying, you do see quite a few monsters in the movie, right? We don't see the whole 666 different ones, but we went for that number because yeah, like based on like the real life NFT collections that happened in the past, specifically that year of, I think 2021 to 2022 was when like the big NFT boom, right? So yeah, there's definitely like a room for sequels in the future if this one does well. And yeah, you do see there's like 7 human characters in the movie, and each of these human characters has their own demon or their own NFT, right? So you'll be able to see those in the movie.
And so again, not really spoilers here, but David, could you tell me about your specific monster, about your specific NFT? Is there any? Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean, all I can say without really giving too much away is it's scary as hell. Once I saw it, all I could say was, "Which one of you cowards shit in my trousers?" So
that's awesome. Amelie, did I understand that you were pregnant for part of this, all of this filming, and
yeah, my own little monster.
Nothing to do with the NFTs, right?
Was any of this was that heightened emotion for you? Was it like, oh my god, like the fun nights were really fun, and were like the scary nights, were they like super spooky, or was your pregnancy not that it didn't give you that heightened emotion? It just like kind of floated on.
It did, but luckily some of the spookier scenes I'd shot were before I was pregnant. So the stuff when I was pregnant was kind of with everybody. So it was nice, and yeah, much less creepy, but definitely afterwards. Do you know, weirdly, it was actually after I'd had my son watching the movie back that I was like, oh god, this is horrific. Like,
so when you say horrific, like
having a child.
He's not going to be allowed to watch it, right?
Not for now. I mean, if he's like me, he's going to want to watch it at some stage.
So when you say horrific, like I don't watch my own videos because I hate the sound of my voice. Oh, yeah. But is that what you meant, like horrific? Like, oh, I don't like the way I look.
No,
I feel,
I mean, I never like watching myself. I feel like that's just really natural. But also, like, I knew everything that happened in that movie because we'd obviously been working on it. Like, I knew it inside out and back to front, and I still jumped.
That's good. That's the mark of a good heart. How long is it? What's the runtime?
It's short and sweet, you know. It's like, I think 75 minutes, so like under an hour and a half, you know. So really quick. We wanted to do a very accessible horror movie and a very fast-paced horror movie as well, if that makes sense. The idea that we have with NFT Cursed Images was to kind of show your average crypto bro journey, which is like, with James in the movie, David's character, he's like a new NFT investor, right? He gets his friends his friends convince him to jump into the NFT world back in 2021 when the movie takes place, you know. And yeah, we just wanted to show what someone's journey into the NFT, the bad NFT world is, which is like you don't really do your own research. You jump into something hoping you get a quick buck out of that, but that comes back to bite you in the ass later, right? And then in the movie we just added like the creatures and the monsters, but that's the theme of the horror movie. It's kind of like this bad NFT journey that a lot of us, I think, experienced at some point of our crypto investment days, I'd say. So I think it's something really relatable, and it like a bad NFT project that you see going up, and then all of a sudden it just crashes. The movie kind of takes this kind of like roller coaster kind of thing that it goes up. You have this whole party scene where these friends are getting together and talking about NFTs. They're going to make a lot of references for real life projects that existed in that area. And then as soon as they each they break and they go their separate ways to their home, that's when like shit starts hitting the fan. I mean, and then you kind of go down in a roller coaster. So yeah, quick movie, but a lot of fun.
So Jonas, are you saying that it's like a metaphor for the financial risk you expose yourself to?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have played the whole thing differently if I'd known that.
You gotta watch it again.
Based on my true life experience with NFTs.
No, I saw there was at least one shower scene in the trailer. David, you seem like a strapping young lad. So any shirtless scenes you had to get buff for, or
I may be strapping, but I don't shower, so. I managed to, I think, well, spoiler alert, I think I keep my shirt on in this one, actually. It's a rarity for me, but
you just lost some sales from the women that are watching.
Yeah, sorry, but hey, if there is a sequel, then maybe, so buy some tickets.
Amelia, who's most fun to work with on set? What was the
That's a brutal question to ask.
As I was asking it, I realized that, and then I was like, it's too late. I have to follow through. Or you don't have to say that, but what was the most fun night? What was like the most fun night of shooting? You're like, this was great. This night was awesome.
Oh, for me, by far, the party scene where everyone was there, absolutely my favorite. Yeah. Like, it was just so, like, it kind of felt like a party. Like, we were knackered because we were shooting all through the night.
Wait, were you like, was it real beer? Were you like drinking?
I was pregnant.
Oh, well, was everyone else drinking?
No, we had to show up drunk if we wanted to drink for that. No.
I don't know what knackered means, so I was trying to pick it up in context, but I guess.
Oh, knackered, tired, really tired.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry.
I think, I don't know if schnockered is a British word, but I've heard schnockered before. I don't know if that, or is that like some weird American phrase that only part of the country?
I've never heard it. I'm really sorry.
I am thinking about right now. How are you spelling it?
Schnockered, SCHNOCKERED.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to.
Extremely drunk, inebriated.
Oh no, not drunk. It's like you're so tired. Knackered is like you're so tired. You've like hit a wall, but like you're just kind of crawling on.
Yeah, I've gotten that before. So when I was younger and I would get knackered, I would just start laughing at things. Things would become really funny. Yeah. And now I don't know. It gets. I like hear things and I can't make them out, and it's like, okay, this is scary. I need to go to bed. Speaking of scary, was there any nights where it's like, hey, I don't like this. Like this is really creepy. Can we go home?
Yeah, there were a few. I mean, we were shooting some rough parts of London some of the time as well, like some back alleys and stuff, and some pretty creepy locations as well. So. Yeah, I remember getting the heebie-jeebies a few times, being like, "Ooh, guys," we're quite a small little crew as well. It's not like we have beefy security guys all around us.
I will totally be security for your next one if this. So what? How much, Jonas? How much did this cost to make? What was the initial cost, and what are you hoping that it makes in theaters.
Well, I hope we all become millionaires and we can all get our Lambos, after this movie. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like this movie was done in the very low micro budget side of things. I think in total, roughly, we had like 20K for the entire movie. That's pounds, right? So I don't know how to convert that in dollars,
Yeah,
but
no,
20
that's really low. So does
yeah.
everyone make like a percentage of like what the movie makes?
They're entitled to make something. You just reminded them of that. I was hoping they wouldn't remember.
Please tell everyone
yeah,
to
no.
go on to ticket. Go see it 5 times so I can pay my rent, please.
We
Yeah.
live in London.
No, yeah,
It's not cheap.
I had to pull a lot of friend favors to make this movie happen. Like the cast was phenomenal, like David, Amelie, and the other guys. They were all great. They were all on board with it. It wasn't the easiest shooting schedule, I'd say, because it was always nights, like Amelie is saying. I think we only have like one scene at daytime, not to spoil anything, but other than that, it's all like nights, because we needed. London is a amazing city, but it can be very eerie, right? And we needed that eerie vibe, the dead kind of night vibe. And like David was saying, yeah, we did shoot in some very eerie locations, like bridges. We shot in Camden with family one scene, like which is like this very creepy neon light. So I think it adds up to the movie. But yeah, we had to be very crafty. We had a very small crew. And yeah, it was done for like 20,000. So very, very short budget, but we squeezed that as much as we could in the film.
So if I mean it's too late for me to do this now. I was going to say if this was if this becomes a success, which it looks really cool, so I definitely do see some financial success here. Obviously, you'll have a much bigger budget for the next one, and you'll probably get some people funding it. Have you had people reach out yet and be like, "Hey, can we work together?" Like, have you guys had people reach out about like either the next project or something along those lines? Because I would love to help fund the second one.
Okay, you hired then.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I take it you haven't had other people come in yet. So like it's okay. All right, I'm in.
Well, there's always, I think when you make a movie or when you're making a movie and there's some press around it, like NFT has been a process, I think we started making this movie like around 2022. Coincidentally, the time where VeVe was like going parabolic, it was during that time, so I remember making this movie like late at night by getting messages from my friend James, hey, are you checking VeVe? Do you see what's going on? And I'm like, man, like what's going on? I'd open the phone and then close it because I wanted to focus on the shoot. But it was during that time, so it was a long process, especially for these guys. They've been waiting for a while to release the movie. But that's how it is with independent filmmaking, right? And every now and then we would get like companies reaching out to us and asking like if they could help fund the movie. But the thing is, sometimes it's like I like having ownership of my film projects. When you let companies join, you're giving up your ownership of that project. And the thing with NFT is like at the beginning we had an investor, right? It was going to be like a bit more of a budget for us to make this film. But then like at the very last minute, he got cold feet, pulled out. But I had already talked with David and with family and Najara and Mariah, all the other actors. We already had everything in place. And I was just like, man, I'm going to sell my crypto and fund this film because then it even fits the theme of the movie. It's like I literally sold all the crypto I have, which wasn't much, but that's what funded the movie. And then towards the end, yeah, there was some people that wanted to get involved. but it just wasn't worth it. We were too far ahead to get people to join at the finishing stage, if that makes sense. But having said that, we have an amazing distributor now called Chroma who really believed in the project. They picked the project up. They're investing a lot in the marketing and getting it out there. They're putting it in limited cinemas, which is great. We're going to have a release very soon in Los Angeles. That's where we start, in the county of Los Angeles in US. And yeah, it's really exciting. So yeah, that's how we got here to this point in time.
I know there's certain credits that you can get for filming in certain places. I think London might be one of them. I think Ohio is one of them in the US. I think Covington, Georgia is one of them in the US as well. So I wouldn't, I understand what you mean when you say you want control of your IP, because I also have IP that's going onto VeVe called daCat. And, but yeah, in order to try to print a bunch of the comics and pay the artists, whatever, I've had to sell a little bit, like 5% here, and another 5% will be sold soon. So I understand wanting to keep that. I was thinking yeah, just kind of like a gamble. I wouldn't really want, I mean, would you be, because the floating head, this is like, have you ever guys heard of the Hat Man?
Oh, I've not. No.
You see him when you take too much Robitussin or NyQuil, and you kind of trip out a little bit, and then so you Google so nobody owns him. It's just something that you see. And for the floating head, did you guys trademark that, or is that in the open domain?
No, so I can talk a bit about that. We took the film is copyrighted, right? But the monsters that you see in the film, each of them, they're based in real life urban legends, right? So the floating head, for instance, is based in the Krasui. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, which is a legend from Thailand and other parts in Southeast Asia. You can see in the trailer, there is a blonde ghost there. That's the cotton-nosed blonde. That's from Brazil, where I'm from. We grew up fearing that kind of creature. And there's some other creatures that some of you might recognize from your childhood stories, or your urban legends that you read back in the day. Because we wanted to play around with some of the real fears we had in childhood, which are these monsters. We were always scared of some monster at some part of our lives, right? We all thought we saw some sort of creature we heard our grandparents telling us about. And then we also wanted to play with our adult fears, which is our financial fears, which is another theme that we'll see in the film. But yeah, no, they are the versions in the film, they're trademark, they're copyrighted, but yeah, they're all based on something that exists already, so yeah, hopefully people can get the references for these for these real life curses we have in the film.
So because I mean, out of the 666, is there any of them there can't be that many local legends with local lore? I mean, maybe there is in America. You have Bigfoot, you have the Mothman, you have you have Nessie across the pond. But some of those 666, they had to be of your own creation, right?
Yeah, like I said, we took some liberties. There might not say too much spoilers, but as with NFTs, you'd have that sometimes one image, let's say, of a skull, but then your friend would have a very similar looking skull, but with an eye patch or a flower head. So yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of yeah, I'm trying not to get into spoiler territory here.
Okay.
But there's a lot of legends that inspired
okay,
these big numbers,
Okay, where can we see the second movie? The fans are asking.
The what? Sorry.
Oh, where can we see the movie?
Oh, it's gonna be out in cinemas in US very soon, and then you'll be able to see it from home as well if you don't want to go to the cinema. Hopefully, you will go to the cinema, but you can watch it from home in your phone as well on Amazon, Apple TV, Fandango at home, and there might be some others. But we'll make sure we're reporting where you can watch it on Twitter and make sure you guys are getting the film links so you can watch it whenever you want.
So it is in select theaters on March 6th in the US, but it doesn't say where select theaters. Do you know, like, are you just opening in certain states? Yeah, we're doing New York, California, Georgia, or is it?
Yeah, it starts in California, and the way it happens sometimes with a lot of these like independent films like ours, like we'll open in like a state, in a county, they'll see how it goes over there, and if there's like demand for it, then they'll keep getting wider and wider, and the movie keeps being on theaters like wider and wider, which is what happened with like some really old school like horror movies, like
Paranormal Activity.
Like Paranormal Activity, like Terrifier, you know, some more recent ones. They open in selected theaters, and then if the distributors see there's a huge influx of people coming to see that movie in theaters, they'll keep showing it in theaters, you know. So I think that's why it's so important for us to get at least some people going to the theaters in US, in UK when it opens like a month later. When I'll put in as many theaters as I can, you know. By at the end of the day, it's up to our lovely distributor Chroma how many theaters it goes to. But yeah, at the time being, it's gonna be first Los Angeles, then a month later, approximately, it's gonna be in London. We're talking about going to Scotland as well. At some point in time, the movie will be going to France as well, which we were making like the subtitles and whatnot. We'll just push as much as we can, really, and we'll see how it goes.
It's up to the audiences, really, isn't it? It could you guys could GameStop it just by buying full theater seats worth of.
Exactly.
That would help.
Yeah, there's so like this is really fun, like the hype, and I'm not in LA, East Coast. I mean, New York, we just got a whole bunch of snow here, but I could probably call like the local theater, be like, hey, are you guys playing this? And then a bunch of them, and I feel like all the local theaters, they probably just like talk to each other too, and like, hey, have you gotten calls about this? And we did that for forget what the movie was called. This guy Brock McBlockchain has a project called Fishes, and they were a producer on some horror movie last year. It was one of the only movies I saw last year. And it was small, low budget, but it was pretty good. So I hopefully this could be the same thing. We just call and get him to put it in the theater. And then I will I've been dating again, so I'll see it 3 times. I'll Zach Morris that shit and take all my dates there. Every single one.
Thank you.
So
appreciate it for sure.
David, this is a I've understood that you guys have, a lot of y'all have day jobs, and if this is a hit, how close are you to leaving that day job?
I actually have my own company now, so my day job nowadays is I'm kind of invested in it. So we make virtual reality apps for people that we do it for a bunch of different things. So like for training stuff, educational. So I kind of love my day job as well because it's really good fun. We basically make games and make learning.
That's cool.
But yeah, like if I didn't have my own company, then I'd be fairly close if this does well to quitting. But, I've got some responsibilities.
Amelie, so being a new mom, I guess you have a choice. Like, okay, you can and you could do both, but let's say pretend you play the dominoes out. Let's say it goes really well, get called back for sequel, and then you have the chance. Like, let's say you do a sequel, you get cast in something else. That would be a lot of time away from home, away from family, and maybe the family can go with you. I don't know, but do you?
Yeah, I mean,
how do you make that choice?
a lot of people I know bring their families with them. So I'd probably do that. Like my husband is actually from Canada and America. Uh, so like he's used to traveling around. So I think we would probably just and my husband's an archaeologist. So
Oh,
he
cool.
travels as well. So we're a bit nomadic anyway, so it would be great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be really interesting to have a family on the road, especially if the kid just brings up the gets being brought up on movie sets. That's always really cool.
He's very wild. He's already wild.
How old is the kid now?
2.5.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So this really was filmed, years ago. Damn, time flies.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, to give you some reference of like how long it took. I think we started filming in 2022, right? Then we did our festival run in 2024. But then because I really wanted to get the right partners to release the film, it took another year just to get like the right distribution, I'd say. And to like VeVe was like, it took us like maybe like 5 or 6 months of talking, but they were always like really supportive. So it was mainly like the distribution that takes time, because a lot of distributors, especially for films like this, they'll just get it and throw it online with no marketing whatsoever. I had really bad experiences before with that, but this time around, I think we got the right guys. Chroma's really good. They're really supportive. They're really good at like pushing this film forward. So we'll see what happens. But it took a while. I was like in my mid-30s when we were filming this. So much has happened in between, I think, right to this point. And then I'm an ancient, mate.
Yeah, wise, I'd say.
Wise.
So in the, and I guess we don't have, again, not into spoilers, and we don't have to say who or even if the characters matter or not, but is there a body count in this? Is there like can we make a game like every time someone dies, take a drink?
Yeah, you can, as with real life NFTs, there was always a body count with those as well, right? There was always people getting burned with those, and so in the movie, there will be a body count. I'm not saying how many, because it's, I don't want to spoil it. You're gonna have to watch it and guess who's gonna make it and who.
But have your drink at the ready.
Oh, hell yeah.
You have to,
okay.
You have to guess who the paper hands are in the film, and who's the, there is some archetype of crypto investors in the movie. I think that you guys, especially from VeVe, will actually appreciate and understand who's who in the film once you see like this party scene where you introduce like the characters. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's cool. David, has this movie made you want to build games on the blockchain? Like have it so where some of the assets in the games can be NFTs?
I think it's such a cool idea, that because there's so much art that once it gets made and put into these pieces of software, it's basically forgotten about, and actually, putting those assets somewhere and having them accessible, I think that's a fantastic future for them. So I'm massively enthused about that.
Hell yeah. Amelia, if you have I see a guitar in the background there. I don't know if that's yours or if it's your Indiana Jones husband's.
I might.
Did you serenade people on set? Did you ever go in and take the guitar and just shred for people?
Play something for us now, right?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. No, I don't do that. I do know people that do, but they're generally the social pariahs.
I understand. So there's some people that have this floating head. Some people like me that want to stack this floating head. I want to buy more. There's other people that are wondering why they can't sell. Why isn't it tradable? Is it something that you guys are waiting for for interoperability to do, or is it something where it's like, no, that's the point of it. It's supposed to stay with you forever.
Yeah, that was the point. Like, you cursed forever with that NFT. You know, you can't transfer, you can't sell.
Sorry,
No, I'm joking. Yeah, look,
Okay.
I think at some point the idea with the floating head was like we'd use VeVe, but also we'd use VeVe to reach the community that VeVe has, which is you guys, and I think you guys will enjoy the movie. Because you live the lifestyle that is represented in the movie. But also, like, we wanted to bring awareness of what NFTs, the right NFT project is, I'd say, or the right digital collectible project is to people, right? Because a lot of people will just hate NFTs just because, right, it's cool to just hate on the NFTs.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of NFT projects were straight out a scam, right? We all know that. But then there's like some legitimate projects that got the bad rep because of that. So I think, like, with the floating heads, we're just waiting for them to run out, and then I think, like, yeah, then you'll be able to transfer or sell or do whatever you want with that. But yeah, there should be still some left in that QR code. Yeah, hopefully that brings it.
So also, I think why VeVe would want to do this is because, one, it could get them new users, and so they also don't count a wallet. Like, you could sign up, and even though you sign up, VeVe doesn't count that as an active user. The only time they count it as an active user is if they have at least one collectible in their wallet. So this should actually look good for their numbers as well. But the reason why I want to stack is because some of the NFTs I have here, I have a couple hundred of them, 85 of those. I like stacking things. So I want to stack this. I want to get a bunch. I don't know what to do with the heads yet, but we'll see. VeVe says, what's up? I need a floating head. VeVe, you didn't get it? Watch the trailer and then scan the QR code at the end. Is there going to be a QR code at the end of the movie too?
Yep. But that's not a spoiler, but, like, yeah, in the cinemas there will be a QR code, but if you have the floating head, it's gonna be the floating head, just because, again, we want to make sure. I don't know, some people like me, I watch a lot of movies in the cinema, you know. Sometimes I'd go into a movie not really knowing what it is. So we just want to make sure, like, people do have a chance to get this floating head, whether they're a VeVe user like yourselves, or if they're going to be a new user that will see a QR code at the end of the movie, and then they'll be curious to see where that leads, right?
Yeah, agreed. So David, you'll appreciate this question. I'm a casual gamer. I like a lot of the Nintendo stuff. A lot of the. What's the biggest gaming studio that you've worked with or would want to work with in the future?
I've actually just done a project I'm not allowed to talk about, but it was a pretty big AAA game. But yeah, I finished shooting that a couple of weeks ago. But it was a fantastic team, really good experience. I'll talk about it when I can, but it might not be for a while, I'm afraid, because that's how long these things take.
Okay. That sounds fair. I could dig it. I know these scenes, most of them were done at night. I know you guys said you were knackered there, and sometimes you weren't sure if someone's going to come on down these dark alleys. From America, I don't know the wildlife there. Amelie, was there any, like, raccoons? Were you like a Disney princess one night where you had these raccoons?
We don't have raccoons, but we have an animal that makes a sound like a baby or a woman being strangled. It's like a kind of sound.
What's the animal called?
It's a fox, and they're everywhere in London. And, like, that is we definitely did hear that. We definitely did hear that night, because that's their mating call. It's like a sound. It's really sexy.
That's a no for me. I would not. Nope. So Jonas, this one's for you. I've written a bunch of comics. A bunch of them are going to go on VeVe this year. and there's sometimes it just flows. Like the character, like it just comes out and it's awesome. Sometimes I have to drink a lot to try to get the creative juices flowing. When writing this, and I don't mean this in like, were you drunk? I mean, like, did you ever have, you know, couple daddy sodas or a little whiskey in order to get the juices flowing, or just just came out all natural?
Had my Jack Daniels and Coke with this, but yeah, no, this one was pretty. It flew. I think the flow with this script was really easy to me, just because when I was writing it, I was living in this culture, right? I was really into NFTs back in 2021 and really into crypto, because for me, once my friend James introduced me to it and convinced me that was a good investment of my time. Like, I wasn't good at NFTs at all. I got burned really badly. Like, all my crypto gains were going out on NFTs. The only project that didn't burn me was VeVe. But because I was living in that culture and experiencing this on a daily basis, not only I got the idea to make the film because I was getting burned and seeing like that, essentially like a dead NFT in my wallet, that I'm like, what can I do with this now? The value is like gone. It's like cursed, essentially. Like I won't be able to do anything with it anymore. So that gave me the idea to do this. But like, yeah, it just went by. Like I didn't have to drink that much, you know, to get the creativity. It was something that it was, as I was writing, it was still going on. You know, I was writing this and having, I think one tab was, VeVe didn't even have the web browser back then. So there was this websites, I don't know if you remember, where you could kind of track and see the value of your vault based on the, I forgot what it was called, but like you could, it was an unofficial website that you would put your, essentially like the collectibles you have, and it would tell you the value. So I would be writing this and checking the value of my NFTs and the value that my crypto was that day, you know. So yeah, it just went by, I think.
Yeah, they do that. They do that now. They have it on Stacker now, where it shows the value of the NFTs, but it doesn't. You have to like click on a separate page to show the value of your OMI, which is fine. I have no problem doing that. But they, yeah, you could have. It looks really nice when you buy collectibles, and then number go up because the value goes up. But then when you look at your wallet and the amount of OMI you have go down, it's like, oh, that's not fun. Speaking of which, if we get if you guys get a large amount of money, Amelie, what is a fun toy or a fun thing that you might buy as you guys get rich from this movie? Is it be something sensible like a house or something like? Nah, I need a gold-plated toilet.
Oh, now that does sound. Do you know what? Actually, this is. Those Japanese toilets actually are really nice. I probably would invest it in one of those Japanese toilets with like all the singing and dancing. They look so good.
Like SHIRO.
Will would probably disagree. My husband would be like, "What are you doing? We need to pay the mortgage."
I mean, you could pay off the house, like if So I guess if the husband's responsible, then you could have the gold-plated dunny. We got that we know that Amelie's married with a family. David, what about you? Is this do you have a girlfriend that's going to be jealous at your new fame, or are you going to use the fame to get a lady?
I actually got married in September, so
congrats.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, we're thinking about starting a family at some point in the near future. But yeah, currently the place I live, you're looking at half of my entire apartment right now. So it's a very small place. So yeah, we're going to have a kid. We're going to need a bigger house. So fingers crossed. As I say, everyone, please go and buy thousands and thousands of tickets, whether you watch it or not. I don't care. Just buy the tickets. Sort me out. But yeah.
There was I remember a story of this one kid that he wasn't a kid. Or maybe he was a kid. I don't know. He wanted to see Zootopia. And I don't know why he did this. I think he just either didn't like kids or he just whatever. He bought out like a whole row of a movie because he just doesn't like people next to him, maybe in general. so he bought out like a whole row of a movie, and then I guess Zootopia came out like 10 years ago, whatever. It's before they had like the all like, I think it was a fine feeding or whatever it was. And then like a lady comes in and she's like, you know, she goes to sit in the row, and he's like, oh no, I got all of these. And she gets mad because she's like, you know, what the heck? And then, but he wound up buying all of the tickets for that row at least. I don't know. It reminds me of that episode of, I think it was Fairly Odd Parents. I don't know if y'all watched that across the pond. But Timmy gets like this rich friend, and he buys out like the whole theater, just not for any other people, but just for all of his bags of money. So hopefully that can happen, and we can.
You can do that to impress one of your many dates, Randy. That would be
Oh, I mean, then I have no money to take the girls out on the dates. But yeah, that could be. I haven't done this yet, but maybe have a date at like, I don't know if you want to have a date at 3 p.m, but have a date at 3. And if it's a short movie, then you could have another date at 5 and just see it back to back.
Just line them up.
I'll be drunk as heck. If I have a drink at the ready for this game, am I gonna get swifty? Am I gonna get a little tipsy?
Oh yeah.
Depends on your tolerance, right? But yeah, probably.
And what you're drinking.
I'll get my blood taken first. I'll donate some blood first, then one drink will send me to the moon. So there's I don't know where it is. Where's the Olympics this year? Do you guys have it? I feel like it was in.
No.
Olympics is in Italy. It just finished, and we're gonna start with the Paralympics now in Italy as well next week.
I knew it was somewhere in Europe. I did not know where. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
We have been watching it because my husband's Canadian, so it's all about the ice hockey. But you guys did really well, so congratulations.
Yeah, I love how like everyone in the US is all like super political or super like, oh, US sucks a lot. But then as soon as the Olympics come on, everyone's just straight up American, and it's great. That's the only time we're like united is that. Do you guys have that like in London where everyone's like kind of off by themselves, but then once the Olympics come on, everyone's all like pro England?
People aren't crazy for the Winter Olympics, but I think we're just not very good at it, so people don't care so much. But football, everyone like soccer, everyone is wild for, and everyone agrees. Even people who like consider themselves, because I know it's kind of slightly different where like people who are nerds in America maybe aren't so into sport, but here like everyone's into sport no matter what your interests are. Other than football, everyone's into soccer.
I was in Germany in 2019, and I guess at least in Germany, I don't know about y'all over there. Do people get like pumped? Do they like scream in theaters? Do they like cheer? Or is that not done?
They don't cheer. It's not like when you're in the States, everyone goes crazy and has
gotta bring it back.
There's some screenings though. People do go to like select screenings where that's encouraged. Like there's a theater in London where they play The Room over and over again, and that's like a big
like Tommy Wiseau, The Room.
Yeah. They play it like every month. People bring spoons.
Yeah, Prince Charles cinema is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So I think that's the only time you're allowed to do it, because the rest of the time.
Also, the Rocky Horror. I think Rocky Horror screenings, you can go dressed up and like join in.
Wait, when you say you can go dressed up, does that mean other screenings you're not allowed to dress up?
It's improper. This is Britain.
Really?
Got to dress formal for the theatre.
Wait, like, are you trolling?
No, I'm trolling. Yeah. But people don't like whoop and cheer and stuff so much. You're allowed to laugh, you're allowed to cry, but like other than that, distractions are frowned upon.
Oh man,
we don't even like. I feel like in the States people clap at the end as well, and we don't clap at the end unless it's like a festival. Then people might.
I remember going way back, 2012, Avengers, where Loki's like, enough! I'm a god, you dull creature, and then Hulk just ragdolls him, and we couldn't hear Hulk's dialogue because the theater was just screaming. Like it was we couldn't hear him say puny god because like the theater was nuts. Or even in So this was in Kuwait. This was in 2016. But it's Americans in Kuwait. Like this is like an American theater. It was Captain America: Civil War. As soon as they go from like Laos or wherever they are, and then you see New York City, or you see like Queens, and then it's like Spider-Man. Everyone like erupts. It makes me really sad that everyone in y'all theaters can't like, get hyped. I'm a little. It makes me sad.
Yeah, it does sound really fun. It sounds really fun.
Have you guys been to an American theater?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I saw. It was a long time ago now. I think it was Boogeyman. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I remember taking a date there. That was good. It was like okay. The dude from like Seventh Heaven's in there, and yeah, it was cool. It was fun. The little girl I was with was grabbing onto my arm. Was like, this is nice.
Did its job. Yeah,
it did. How do you all feel about Scream 7? Are y'all up to date on the Scream movies?
Yes, so like Scream is actually, it's funny that we're gonna come out really close to Scream 7, because I think when we were doing this, we were really inspired by Scream, like because Scream is, I think it's a horror movie that did very well. It's like it captured the culture of that time, and it captured the film culture as well, right? The horror movie cultures. It was so meta, and it was really scary. There was jump scares, there was deaths, right? But it was a movie where you could relate to the main characters. You would wish they wouldn't die, right? Obviously not all of them, some are quite annoying, but like the core like characters, that core group of friends, you always wish they would somehow make it out alive. So I think we wanted to do something similar with NFT. Obviously, it's like a horror movie. It's creepy. There's deaths. There's jump scares. There's like creepy creatures. But we really hope that you guys can relate to like this group of friends, and at least hope, like cheer for that some of them can get out of this alive. Like there's some really likable characters in Scream that we wanted to kind of make it with NFT as well. Like, but instead of movies, our references are all like crypto related, right? But yeah, Scream was like a big influence on this, I'd say. The only difference, like we don't have it's not Ghostface, right? It's not a serial killer. It's like this crazy monsters. But I think you will be able to see some similarities with these films. Ours is like a budget kind of version of that. But yeah, we talked a lot about Scream, and I think I'm personally up to date and looking forward to this one.
Is there anyone in your movie that you're rooting against, or just like, I hope this person eats it, I hope they get got?
Yeah, I think there's definitely some, like, there's different crypto archetypes, so not saying who's who, but I mean, David is like the beginner kind of character getting into crypto. Amelie's the more experienced kind of like crypto queen kind of girl that's like, no, you guys need to buy on this project, not this project. There's obviously like the kind of like more asshole like character that is out for himself, doesn't care about the others. There's the character that is getting burned bad on NFTs, but still jumps in whatever their friends are jumping. He just follows the crowd. There's like the flipper, flipping NFTs and making money and buying boats and new houses. So there's like different these 7 core characters. They have different personalities. So yeah, there's the more lovely ones. I'd say Amelie's character is pretty lovely in the movie. But then there's the more like dickhead like characters that you're like, fuck, this guy, I hope he gets it,
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm not gonna. I'll stop talking now before giving anything away.
I know you said they're going to start in LA and they're going to go to London, maybe France. Is there going to be any like premiere of this? Like, oh yeah, we're all going to go to this specific theater, and here's like the premiere, little red carpet, little thing like that.
Yeah, I think we definitely want to make one in. We had our premiere at the British Museum, and it was amazing. You know, we won like 5 awards with this movie. David and Emily got awards as well, which I hope they're happy about it. You know, and then that was essentially our. You have your trophy over there. Get
I'll
it.
go get it.
Show
I'll go
it.
get it.
Yeah. Mine
Yeah.
is up in the. Can you see it on my fridge over there? Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that,
It's a really cool
that's
trophy.
yeah, it's sick. Yeah, but yeah, our essentially our premiere was there. Yeah, there you go.
I didn't dust it today.
Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't dust mine either, but it's fine.
Makes it creepier.
Yeah, we will do something for UK. It's a British film after all, you know. So we want to do like a couple different cities here, hopefully, and we're talking with some guys in Scotland to do it there as well. In US, yeah, we will have a premiere. It's gonna be again in Los Angeles, probably in Glendale, if you know that area of the county. But yeah, we'll make sure everything that we're doing is announced on the exact date, and like if people from the VeVe community want to come down, you're welcome to drop by our film events.
Cool. We got Osman Collects here that will 100% probably be there. He's around that neck of the woods, so maybe he goes in and make some content for us. That would be dope. So obviously this is from London. The next one, I guess, depending on the budget, would you still film in London or would you film elsewhere?
It really depends which the next one is going to be, right? There's like a few ideas that I think I want to do. I think I mentioned some to Amelie already, and I don't know if I mentioned anything to David, but yeah, it really depends on what the next one is going to be. Who knows, right? At the moment, I think I'm just fully invested into making sure NFT does well, and it goes to all these like different countries, right? But yeah, I wouldn't mind filming in London again. I think it's a great city to make a movie in if you're able to. It has all the streets. It has people from all over the world, you know. So if you want to make a movie, I don't know, in Portuguese, you can probably do it in London, right? Yeah. And Randy disappeared.
He's gone.
Movie in London.
He's come to join us.
David pick up and be the host now.
Yeah, well, okay. So I'm going to ask you some more questions, guys. I haven't got any though. What was the hardest thing about making the film, Jonas? There you go.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's a good question, David. Let's see if it's friendly.
We're riffing.
My NFT got me. Sorry about that, guys. But it seems to be we're back now.
Yeah. No, David asked a good question. He asked what was the trickiest bit, the hardest bit about making the film. I think for me was like the budget, personally, as a filmmaker. It's like we had to have like these long breaks in between making the film, which like if I had the full budget in my hands at the time, we wouldn't have. I'm sure you guys remember those long breaks we had. But yeah, that was the trickiest bit for me. And then like I think keeping the continuity was fine. But yeah, like life was happening while we were taking these hibernation periods, right? Emily was pregnant, James was working on different projects as well. So like it was like they're organizing the shoots with the actors was like the hardest bit for me, and making sure everyone was somewhat happy to come back and film their scenes as well. Because I think I'm not saying names, but I'm sure some people got quite annoyed with the way things were done. But yeah, just what it is, you know. I think
what about remember on this was like, you know, Jonas was doing basically everything himself, you know, on bigger productions. Like the jobs Jonas would have been doing was not just directing the film. He was production management, production coordinator, he was line producer, he was first and second and third ADs, you know, and I think he probably did some catering at some point. So, you know, the amount of work work that Jonas took on making this was just incredible, actually.
Yeah.
Especially doing it all late at night and still keeping
Yeah.
on top of things.
And
being
then
profound.
editing as well on top, just the production is like a whole, you normally have a whole team, and then also editing, you have an entire team, and you have managed to it's just incredible that you've managed to get something together like that for that budget. Genuinely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's too late now to say what you would have done differently if you had like a 100K budget. I mean, so this was obviously, I guess, bare bones with 20K. If you did have 100K for the next, like, is that something that's like, would you settle for that, or is it something like, hey, we've done this now, we won awards, we want like $1 million budget?
No, I think with independent film in general, and it's like you gotta make the movie you can with the budget you have. Obviously, I'd love $1 million to make a movie. I think I could probably make like 10 movies out of that money. But I'd be very happy if we get like 100K for the next one, and we can make. I want a better movie. If I had 100K to make NFT, I'd make NFT exactly how it is now. I don't think I would have changed much. I think I'd still make the monsters as much as practical as we can. It would probably have helped keep everyone happier, I guess, during the shooting dates. I'd probably do a bit more of yeah, exactly. Like, oh man, don't even remind them about the snacks. I think we ate pizza on every single day,
awesome.
I believe.
That's why there were no shower scenes for me. My belly pizza.
But yeah, I think I'd have made the same movie. It would just have been a much easier shoot than it was if I had 100K.
A lot of people are talking about using AI to make movies. I've actually dabbled with it a fair bit, and I've got a few friends that do a lot of it. I think it's pretty double-edged, to be honest, as well. Like there's a lot of potential there. You can do loads of great stuff with it. But the challenging things are the things we take for granted on normal shoots, things like continuity and consistency of things, getting it to look the same every time. I think the tool's getting better all the time. But at the moment, it's not a replacement for the teams and doing it for real. Yeah, maybe there it could be, but does it have the same heart? I don't know. That's a question to be answered.
Yeah, I've seen in the Stranger Things, not the finale, but the little behind the scenes thing that they did afterwards. You see on the Duffer Brothers like computers, like they were talking to ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT, I think wrote like a good amount of the last season of Stranger Things. So
I'm
I feel
not
like
surprised.
So I feel like there's already well, even for artists, like for the comic that I have, like I don't have any artistic capabilities. I just write. But the artists, I asked them like, hey, how much percentage of it, is AI? Figuring that it was some, and he's like, yeah, everyone does it for like the shading or the coloring, or they have AI like mirror an image or move things. They're like, oh, that's really cool. Because this way you don't have to make that, like you draw the thing and then you can change it with AI. It's like, okay, that's cool.
That feels like a really good use of AI, like adding to what you've already come up with.
Yeah, it just has the artist become a little bit more like efficient. Like the artist is like, instead of taking, an entire day to do a page, it might take them like, like 2 hours or 3 hours. So it just saves them a bunch of time, which is nice.
Yeah.
Still gets paid the same. Anyway, but yeah, so now like the artists now can do more work. Like there's some artists that just like refuse to do any AI, and I feel like they're probably gonna get out innovated. Like people will still always like that, but yeah, that'll be maybe AI. Do you have the script written for the second or third movie?
No, not yet. I mean, there's definitely ideas, and there are ways the story can go. I'll try not to say any spoilers, but
Okay.
let's see what happens with this one. There's definitely sequel possibilities. I'd say with the story, with the creatures, with this whole, yeah, the whole way this movie was made. I think there's definitely like a way we could make some more, but it could also just stand alone by itself. You know, I think the movie has, like, once you watch it, you get there's a journey there in the film, right? Through David's character, who's the main character. There's a journey he goes through, his NFT journey from introduction to like when shit starts happening. That I think, yeah, he goes through it in that fantastical kind of realm, but I feel like a lot of people will be able to relate to that because they go through it. We went through it in like the real realm, if that makes sense, you know. But yeah, it could be either a standalone movie or it can be part of something bigger in the future. We'll just see what happens, what the response is. Hopefully, it's a good one, right? And then yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah. So this obviously can't be like a timepiece, or it's like, oh, you don't know if it's 80s or 90s, and because it's NFT, so obviously it's at least 2020. Is any of this like potentially like, oh yeah, this actually could be 2030, like in the future, or is it like you say the year in the movie?
We say the month and the year. It starts on February 2021. So and it all takes place in like a night. So I messed up a little bit.
It's all one night.
Yeah. It's all one night.
Okay.
Spoiler. So again, like with the way we did the movie, it's like it happens the way a bad crypto project would happen. So if you look at meme coins or the bad NFT projects that you would find on OpenSea, you jump into something which is hyped, right? You didn't really know exactly what you were jumping into, but then like that project, all of a sudden it would hit zero, let's say, and that's essentially our movie. But instead of hitting zero, you cursed with a real curse. So yeah, it happens quick once it happens. If and yeah, you're gonna see it.
I have a so in my daCat comic that'll be on VeVe, I have like the first 3 written, but there's a bunch of different planets on there. There's a cat planet, dog planet, human planet, and at some point they all are on the same planet. And I think it would be really cool if I could have one of the cat or dog or whatever characters say like, oh, have you seen any of the new human media? It's really good. Could I mention you guys in like the 5th comic?
I'd be honored.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'd be great. Be awesome.
I mean, it because it's going to be the 5th one and the first one's not out yet. It might not come out for like 2.5 years. So maybe we might just mention the.
Yeah, well, we're used to waiting a couple of years for stuff to come out.
Maybe I'll go in and do a what's that called? I'll just reference the 2nd one whenever it happens. But like, yeah, you want to see the 2nd NFT Cursed Images movie? And then we'll see what happens. That'll be good. Maybe have a little crossover. I don't know. I'll do a let me know. When do you guys get box office numbers? I guess you're not really going to know. I mean, first weekend's one thing, but it's just in select theaters in like LA. And how much time is it going to take to get to New York?
That's a good question, but again, like it depends on how the response is for LA, right? New York, I think, would definitely be like the 2nd city if it gets there. But like it really depends on. I think it plays in LA for like a week at first.
Okay.
Really, which is really good. You know, a lot of movies these days don't even get cinematic release, so we're really happy we managed to get some. But yeah, depending on the response, then it goes to the other cities in US. But yeah, box office, I'm not sure because again, like this is such a micro budget film. It's not like we're not going to be able to compete as much as I'd love to. We're not going to be able to compete with like the likes of like Scream 7 or The Mummy or like The Backrooms or all these crazy horror movies that are coming this year, you know, so it might take a little while. to get those numbers for us.
Yeah.
But it goes to the distributor, and then like if they're good, yeah, we'll probably shout out about them at some point.
Okay. Do you have so obviously right now, because you still have like day jobs right now or day business right now, there's probably no clause saying that you have to renegotiate things for the next movie. But let's say the right person sees this movie. David, what Marvel superhero or villain would you want to play? Given the opportunity.
They've all been hoovered up, haven't they? I'm not sure there's any. I would like to be a super villain. Being a villain would be cool, but I'm not. I'd have to have a think about who that would be. I'm gonna have to go and read a bunch of comic books, watch a bunch of movies, and pick one out.
Yeah.
Melly, same question.
Oh gosh, like genuinely, one of the main reasons I'm an actor is because I can't fly, and I feel like the best thing next to being like not able to if you can't fly, if you can see yourself fly in a movie, that's like the next best thing. So well, I don't know.
Ooh.
I'm a big X-Men fan. So, and she can't fly, but maybe like Mystique or someone like that would be fun. I don't know. Just any, like, give me the role and I'll do it.
Manifest it. Randy's gone again.
Randy's gone again. Yeah.
He wished this superpower was controlling his internet connection.
Yeah, David, you're up again. Next.
Yeah. Okay, so
question.
Jonas, in the writing process, I don't know. I need to find a good question here.
Yeah. Oh, I know. What's next, Jonas? What's next?
Next is getting this movie on more and more theaters, right? And getting more and more people to see it, and then from there we'll fund the next one, right? That's the dream, right? So it would be nice if people see it, and sure, it would be nice if we make some money, but for me it would just be like about each movie can help me make the next movie, essentially. That's the next step always, I think. And I guess for you guys as actors, the question is the same, right? What's the next step? Are you guys working in any cool projects next at the moment that you can review? I know David has some stuff he can talk about.
The NDA.
It's so difficult, isn't it? And working on something and not being able to talk about it. It's just so. It's like, oh, I did a thing, but you won't believe me because I can't tell you about it.
No, in 2 years we'll find out I was telling the truth.
Sorry about that, guys. It happened again.
That's all right.
Let's because my internet is poop. I'll say we'll end it here, and I'll try to fix that. Is there anything you guys want to say before we end it, though?
I just want to say thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah, and thanks as well for shout out to VeVe, right? For the entire VeVe community. Shout out to my good friend James, who got me involved with the VeVe community in first place. Not you, David, the other James.
Real James.
I hope you guys. Yeah, I hope you guys keep support.
Right. So I'm just. My internet's going down. I can't hear any of you, so I'm gonna end it. But I think we could talk off camera for a little bit. That's fine. All right. Thank you all. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. This was awesome.
Bye,
and that's everyone loves that dog more than me. It's fine.